Alrighty, hello everybody. For today's video, we're doing a Hecate support play-by-play video that I'm recording the audio for after the fact. So this is a commentary on this video, things that I think I could have done differently or better, things that I think I did great, stuff like that. So I'll be calling them out as I see them. And yeah, this was a game that I played with my friend Dreamy, Martini, Clockletone, and his friend Big Rondo. So I'm playing Hecate support here. He is Nuwa ADC with new Nuwa aspect, and I'm having a great time because I am laning against an Uller ADC and they have a Merlin mid. So right now, I'm just trying to poke them out as much as we can because I am a mage ADC, or a mage support. So we're just trying to get as much poke as we can. And as soon as we get level 2, we want to just run this Uller because then he can't really fight us, because if he switches stances like that or uses any ability, he just takes 100 damage to himself, and it's really good. And I believe we get a another kill here, but we go for the speed buff and we're able to get this because of how much pressure we just have in this lane. And it's so nice. And honestly, Hecate is one of my favorite enchanter supports for this specific reason. You just put your 2 down and you just can kind of AFK for a while. But that being said, that's not the only thing you want to do, because that's what the bad Hecate players will do. And that's why a lot of people will put Hecate like lower in their tier lists, because you know, you see people just AFK with their all game. What I'm doing is I'm just trying to be aggressive as possible and just be super annoying, because you see I just walk up to that Uller and he just takes damage because he can't play the game. Hecate is a direct counter to him because all of his abilities proc her too, aspect or no aspect, but aspect damages her, or damages him, and it's just super good. I know a lot of people don't like Hecate aspect, but in certain situations I think it's fine, and this is a casual game, and so I felt like playing Hecate aspect would have just been, was just fun. So we just happened to go against an Uller and a Merlin, so it made it really nice. Yeah, now we're just invading their back camps because we have lots of pressure on them, so that's just super free. And here again, you can just see just a free 40 damage there, another 40 damage. And then I think Ganesh dies here, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, I caught the dash there, and then he just dies to my 1. Or Nuwa auto, a little bit of both probably. And then we get the passive on her, which just lets us do more damage, lets her do damage too. It's really nice. Yeah, Nuwa just has so much early pressure if you just spam the shit out of her abilities. Because when that 2's above, it's a free fight for you, because even if they fight into you, they're just taking free damage. And it's so toxic. And here we just sit in the bush waiting for them to push up a little bit. I think Ganesh does, and he just takes like half of his self bar's poke right now. He just came back to lane. Yeah, he's half health already. And then Uller gets poked again. And now put my second point in my 2. And I do end up maxing the 2 this game, because it's just, I really like maxing the 2 in Hecate with the aspect, and it does so much. And Uller, I don't know if he gave up here or what happened, but I remember that vividly. And then he just kind of disappeared for the next like 4 minutes. He didn't leave the game, so I don't think he DC'd. But it was just really funny, because he just definitely looked like he just gave up because he got pissed about the Hecate aspect. I tell you, if you've never played against the Hecate aspect as Uller, it cannot be fun. I've never played against it because I don't play Uller that much, but I've played a lot of Hecate games against an Uller, and it's so funny. There, that play, actually, I was calling out to my ADC Dreamy. I was like, hey, if you hit your stun on him, I kill him because I can just ult him. And he was like, okay, and he immediately went for the stun. And then I was able to get the ult off on him for free, and we got the easy pick. So communication matters. It's super important. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm actually really bad at using the Hecate ult most times. And later on in this game, I actually made the realization for myself, you know, when I play her support, I should just hold her ult for peel and not really engage. So like when they dive, my backline, I can just ult them away. And I never really thought about that until literally this game. But yeah, I'm just calling it out myself, because it's important to recognize your own mistakes. Right, so we're just doing purple here. Nothing crazy. Normal farming stuff. And there's another purple here. Now normally, if there's 2 purples, you want the support to pick up the second one, but I didn't really care. I just wanted to go invade and be annoying, because look at how much damage I'm about to do this Uller right here. This is why I love Hecate support so much. 224 plus 68 plus 104 plus 94 plus 60 plus 100. Like, look at all that damage, man. He's having a horrible time. I was talking to my ADC, Dreamy. I was like, Dreamy, if you'd come with me and hit 1 auto attack, he would have been dead. But it was just so funny. Bro couldn't play the game for a lot of time here. He just could not play this game. It was so funny. I love Hecate so much. And you see, it really comes up with those late team fights, because the way to counter Hecate aspect too is you just wait for the 2 to go away and then you use abilities. But late game, you have so much cooldown and it's just up all the time, and it really just ruins them because they have to play around it, otherwise they take so much poke. And really weird Merc ult there. I knew we were fine. I hit the Lifebinder, threw in my friend to use my 2, tried to ult for peel there. We did a shit ton of damage, and we were just absolutely fine. I think we killed Ganesh again here. Had no idea what their Merc was doing, but our Merc ends up hitting a really nice ult on their Merc right here. There it goes. And he gets the kill on him. And it was just so funny. But yeah, late game Hecate is just a beast. And once we get to that point later on in the game, I'll call it out again, but it's just so annoying because even if your ability's not hitting them, they have that fear, like, because it could hit them. And it's just such a great way to take control over team fights. And that's why I like her as a support so much. It's so much fun. It's a completely different way to play the game. But man, it works. Noah with the sick double kill for the because of the crit ultimates. We love that. She doesn't have crit yet, but it does so much more damage with the aspect. Is so funny. And we're just fine because we have so much poke, and we rush Lifebinder, so we have a lot of health and sustain, and we have selflessness as well, so we were just absolutely fine with our health regen there. Now we back. I went Prophetic Cloak this game. It's gonna take me a while to build it, but I love going Prophetic Cloak on her because of how easy she can stack it. I like going it on Yamoja too. Like some of the Enchanter supports, I think Prophetic is really nice because A, it gives cooldown, and B, they can stack it usually really fast because, you know, they have so much poke. Hecate being a great example because you throw your 2 out and you're at least getting 1 stack every team fight. It's pretty nice. That said, I don't recommend going Prophetic every game. I think it's actually one of the worst items in the game right now. However, in certain scenarios, it's still worth getting, like this one. Yeah, so now we just chill. I know Ganesh is in mid. I was in comms with my soul, so we were chilling. I was like, hey, can you fight the Ganesh by yourself? And they were like, yeah. So I ended up just going to these back camps to sell my ADC to solo the wave, because I can do these. He can get the wave solo XP. It's just worth. We're just trying to be as annoying as possible. Do this Uller right now, because we just absolutely destroy his health bar.
Be careful, be careful. Your middle tower is under attack. Okay.
Like, watch this here. 123 again, plus another 123. I shielded myself for the Nua ult, and I'm just here poking him out, being as annoying as humanly possible. I hit the ult, get even more poke on him. Like, look at that. He has to back now. He is just so sad this entire time. He just straight up cannot play this game, and it's so funny. And the entire time, our Nua was able to solo that wave, and we split this one, so I'm creating a lot of space for her. She's so ahead right now. 5 level lead on that Uller. It's absolutely diabolical what this character can do if you play her right. Now here, I really think... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I really think we should have invaded the speed buff, but we actually did invade the speed buff, so... Call me crazy. I didn't remember if we did or not, but if we didn't invade that speed, I would have been pissed. Because if you're deep in the jungle, you better be making use out of it. And here I'm just being super toxic. There's no reason for me to stay this deep. They definitely kill me if they collapsed on me earlier, but they didn't. So I lucked out there because me just chasing the Ganesh was so stupid. But then I hit the Lifebinder, got free poke, 145 heal. Merlin's chasing me, but I just don't care. My 3 gives movement speed and it shields his damage. I'm absolutely fine. Let's all the health regen from Lifebinder and selflessness and whatnot. I'm just not a care in the world right now. So now we back. We get the T2 of Prophetic, and then I get wards. You should always be getting wards when you back. If you're not, then add that to your routine. Wards are super duper 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 important. Please buy them every game. Please and thank you. Now here I'm in mid lane. What I would like to see for myself is to be super active right now because we have a huge lead. I don't believe I was very active right now. I think we just kind of played this game pretty passively because it was a casual and I was kind of vibing, but realistically, if you're trying to win, you need to be making plays. I don't think we ever went for a Gold Fury this game, and that's really sad. That was a really early ult on my part. I just thought the Merc was going to dash on me, and he didn't. So that's kind of a waste, but I was really expecting him to engage there. And then our Merc is just a beast. He had another crazy good ult on that Merlin. And now I'm just following him to go right lane. So we can go gank that Morrigan. Grab the red buff. Anytime you're in the jungle, just invade. He blinks in, so I immediately just follow up. I use my life binder and my 2, so he gets the health, shield, and the healing. Now we just absolutely nuke that Morrigan. So much damage from me and the Merc combined. It's so annoying because I put the nuke on him, the nuke being my 3, and I put the 2 up in the air, so she just can't play the game. Then with my 2 above Ganesh, he just took 130 plus 99 plus another 130. He is just hating life right now. He is so low. You hit the life binder, and then the Lernan bow gets the kill there. So easy. It's just Hecate just so much. It's such a great support. What you need to know when you play Hecate is you never have really good peel. You just have really good setup, and your team fight is phenomenal. You're like one-on-one isn't the best, but when you're in a team fight, oh man, it's so good. Because if you're playing a team that has good peel on their own, and you're able to just really focus on setup and kill setup, it's just, there are so much you can do with her. And by the way, this is going to come up later in the video, but her 2 is bugged. It's been bugged since the aspect came out, and her 2 can hit towers. So do with that information what you will. It's really funny to me. I'll call it out when it happens later, but I was hitting the Phoenix for like 300 with my 2. It was so fucking funny. Now, it doesn't like target the Phoenix or the towers, but if they auto attack when they're next to it, then it'll hit the structure. And it doesn't come up very often, so it's not something that I think they need to like fix ASAP, but it's been in the game literally since the aspect came out, and I've been reporting it and nothing's changed, so never know. There, I absolutely trolled myself, and I said earlier, I'm bad at the ult. But I mezzed him out of my own ult, so that's really funny. Merc ends up getting the kill, but then he dies to the Uber, so not super worth, but that was just completely on me. I trolled so hard there. It was so funny. And then here I'm just putting my 2 to be annoying on the Uber. All I care about this game is just making this Uber's life miserable, and our Nuwa having a great time. Now, kind of a dig on Dreamy. He's not doing a great job farming right now. He kind of got a lead and just went AFK for a while because, you know, earlier he had a 5-level lead on that Uller. Now he's only 2 levels ahead, so shit went crazy. Now, to be fair, Uller just got a huge kill on Mercury, but that still, like, that's really just tragic that we lost that big of a lead. Here, what I'm doing is I'm just grabbing this back camp, and then when Mercury shows up, I split his speed with him, and then I believe I head back left lane, but I could also be mistaken. I think I go mid here. What I would do looking back at the situation is I would go left, push that wave up, and then make a play for gold. Is that what we do here? It is. I grab these gold pots, and I believe we look for Uller. But in the game, I didn't call out the attack gold fairy, so that's on me. I just kind of thought my team would know it, even though we were in comms. I should have been communicating, and I wasn't communicating, so that's entirely on me. And here, I'm just waiting for Uller to push up, so I can do the same thing I've been doing all game and just be annoying. Hit the 1. So much free damage on him. You know, he just straight up cannot play the game. That's all there is. Look at how sad he is. I really didn't do anything to him, and yet he took a quarter of his health. And he just took another 139 damage. And I'm just literally sitting here. And then Merc goes on our Nuwa, but I am not afraid at all. I'm calming to him to not be afraid. And this is my friend Dreamy Martini. Shout out to him. We ult the Uber back in, and I'm just trying to poke the shit out of them. Again, we do so much damage in here. I really should have called for a Gold Fury, but I just didn't. This is a beautiful spot for Gold Fury, and I just was absolutely trolling here by not calling for it. You know, typically, the shot callers on your team are going to be either the jungler or the support because they're the ones who are rotating the map. Sometimes they'll have an ADC be the shot caller, but it's usually really good to have the jungler or the support be the shot caller, and me, the mid, ADC, and solo were in VST, so I absolutely should have been shot calling, and I just was not, so that's very troll. But here, instead of just doing nothing to this T2 tower, we should have absolutely gone for Gold Fury. We should have gone for Gold Fury like 2 minutes ago. Because even if we get this T2 tower, like, that's nice, but, like, we need to start getting these Gold Furies so we get the Oni Fury spawning. And I think a lot of people, they make that mistake because, you know, you get lots of kills and you're like, oh, we're winning the game. But it's like, kills don't win you the game. Playing the map wins you the game. And stuff like forcing an Oni Fury is how you actually win the game, because when you get the Oni Fury after the, like, 3rd Gold Fury, or the 2nd Gold Fury and the Oni Fury spawns, that actually is what allows you to do extra damage to structures, and then you can make a play for fire, and then you can get Phoenixes and stuff like that. And it's just very bad play. And, you know, normally I'm pretty good about calling, like, my friends out and whatnot when we and myself out from we don't do that in game, but here I just was completely blanking, and I am a little upset about that. But again, that's the point of this video, is to reflect on this game and what I could have done better and worse, and hopefully this helps you guys out, because you're able to be like, oh, okay, well, yeah. Because at the end of the day, even if it's a game where you know that you like played it perfectly, you still could have done something better, and that is something that I just absolutely believe in. And I don't know, I think that like, even if somebody like absolutely trolls, it's just, you should never be like, oh, well, we lost that game because of him, X, Y, and Z. Like, you should always be looking at yourself and be like, okay, no, I lost that game. What could I have done better to win us that game? Because I am of the mindset that almost every game is carryable, even in support. And you just have to know how to play like that. And it's really frustrating, because you have to like blame yourself a lot of times, but you know, it is what it is. I can just look at that damage on the ruler, man. I'm getting half healthing him every time, and now I'm just being greedy and chasing him, because as support, you don't really need a farm. You know, your farm is just being near your team. So right now, I'm just poking the shit out of him. He's a quarter health right now. I'm trying to force out whatever I can. I didn't get any relics or anything, but that being said, I'm full health. He is half health. He's a quarter health. Like, I just look at all that damage. Man, he's just, oh, it's so beautiful. I love playing Hecate support against Dueler. But back to what I was saying earlier, you know, every game, if you're trying to get better and you're trying to like actually win, what you need to be doing is, instead of blaming the game, instead of like, because again, it could absolutely be like the game bugged or somebody in your team went AFK, but you should always be like, what could I have done better that game? You should always have the mindset of like, I could have won that game.
A pinch of pain.
And you have to be careful, because it's a really toxic mindset to have towards yourself, but you know, it's just, that's how you actually improve, because then you're always looking at yourself, and you can start micro-tuning your small plays and big plays and whatnot and get better. And real quickly, that play there, I have no idea why the soul ult knocked him back out of the soul ult. That was so weird. I mean, Rhonda, the soul mid lane, we're talking about like, why did that knock him away from it? That makes no sense. And he unfortunately got collapsed on there from the Morgan. I was trolling our solo, and I was like, enemy missing right. Thanks for the call out, buddy. And then he called out super late to troll. It was so funny. So here I'm just putting my 2 up, trying to get poke off. We ended up poking her for 100. You know, in this mid game right now, you're just really only ever using your 2 for poke. Or to be annoying. You know, you're not going to get a kill with it. Usually you're not going to get, like, nuke somebody unless it's an Uller. Uller is literally the only character that Hecate 2 is just, like, oppressive against. But normally you just use it as, like, a way to stop a fight or start a fight, stuff like that, because you're able to just stop them from using abilities. Now here, our Danza got caught out of position, unfortunately, because he was pushing up with no vision, and he got mega rotated on after our fight in the left jungle. So that sucks. So normally here, what you want to do is watch Fire Giant, but we saw them going on the wave, so we knew they weren't going on fire, so I just backed, got my heroism, and I prepped to potentially fight for fire.
Your left tower is under attack.
Now again, here we should be really looking for objectives, or like a Gold Fury, a Pyro, or anything. And I do actually call out to my team eventually. I'm like, hey guys, we need a group for fire. We're not doing anything right now. And we do start a firefight, but we should, there's so many more objectives we should be doing. Like this, 19 minutes in the game, our first objective is a Pyromancer. Like, that's just so bad. That's such bad play. And again, that's not me. I just wasn't shot calling. I think this is probably when I was like, okay, we need a group for fire. It might have been this or the next fight after this, because I think there's like a few more big fights in this game, and then we end up ending it. I won't spoil who wins or loses. You can probably guess. It's on the scoreboard in the gold, but you never know. We're literally, this is how you troll games, you know, by not doing these objectives, because now if they do the objectives, then our entire gold lead is just gone, because our gold lead is solely based on towers and kills. That's not based on anything firm, like objectives or camps or anything like that. We've only invaded like really once or twice. So their comeback potential is huge. And for those of you wondering why I just said that, that's how you snowball, is you don't just kill, like I was saying earlier, that's how you win games. You kill to get things on the map. You kill to fight Gold Fury, you kill to fight Pyro, you kill to fight Fire, you kill to get left tower, you kill to get red buff, stuff like that. You only take fights that benefit you in more ways than just getting to kill, because realistically in Smite, a kill is never worth more than a wave. unless they have like an Uber lead. And yeah, this is when I was calling for the fire giant. I am so sad here. The enemy Mercury does end up stealing this fire giant. It's so sad. He, I think his major look hits it for like 500 and it nukes it. And we also just had no vision on him at all. My awards are down. Nobody else had awards yet. He's just behind us right now. I also just straight didn't see him. We got the dagger, and we do end up killing him, and then we get a few other picks. I know we killed the Ganesh. Don't know who else we killed, but that was just so sad. We lost fire. First objective we actually tried to do, and we just threw it. Again, this is how you throw the games, you know? It took us 20 minutes to make a big team fight objective play, and we just threw, and Ullr's not even there. He's split pushing, so he gets that T2, and there's so many things happening right here. And here I'm just trying to, again, be annoying. As I said earlier, I suck with Hecate, so don't expect to see a lot of these hitting. One of the things about me, and I'm very open about this, is a lot of my mechanics aren't very great. There'll be some times where I'm like, if I really know a character, I'll be like, oh, I'm so good. But a lot of the time, I'm pretty honest about, like, my mechanics suck. I just know how to build and I know how to do stuff. Like, I know my macros really, really well. So I'm just life binding there so that way Danzig can hit him and get the shield. Or I end up hitting him and getting the shield because I was low. And Danzig gets the rocket out and we're fine. You know, we didn't lose that T2 and left because our Merc was able to stop the Ullr. We did get 2 picks. They got fire, but we got the dagger. We used the dagger, so. Although it wasn't great that we completely threw that firefight, we made it work for us. So here I end up getting, I normally like to go Cersei's in this slot, but I ended up just rushing Spectral because they have a Mercury who's going crit, and then their Morgan is pretty much only turning into Nuwa or Mercury. So a Spectral is just absolutely necessary here because, you know, if she turns into Nuwa and ults our backline, then the Spectral is going to just stop that from killing our backline. You know, that's just how it works.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Now here I was starting to get a little salty, I will admit. I was starting to call like, okay guys, we need to do Gold Fairy. Because again, I should have been the one shot calling, but I also was hoping that they would shot call this game. But I should have been the one shot calling. So here I'm being like, okay, attack Gold Fury, attack Gold Fury. I do believe we get this one, because I don't think they had any clue we were on it. They had 0 vision. And you can really see here the way the game changed, because we were winning super hard early. We fell off so hard mid. But now once we actually started making plays for objectives, we start coming back really hard, because that's how you win the game. Great ult from the Mercury, and now I'm just being here. I'm providing support by just letting Merlin kill himself every time he uses an ability. And this is some of that shot calling. I'm calling to attack middle so we can get that Phoenix. We have on the map, I saw the enemy Mercury split pushing, so I called up to my team like, hey, honestly, we can let him split push. We only have to back if he goes on Phoenix, but he ended up backing anyway, so that wasn't even a worry. So now all I do here is I just put my 2 up, and this is when we push for the fire. Or push for the Phoenix. Because with my 2 up, they can't really fight us. You see, they do anything. 100, 100, 100, 300 on that Phoenix right there. I was talking to you earlier about Hecate 2 hitting structures. That Phoenix just took 300 by 2, and it does more here, I think, right there. No, that one didn't hit it, but the first one did. All right, so we lost 2 here, and this is when I used that ult for peel, and that's when I made the realization to myself. I was like, oh shit! In the future, I should just only ever be using this ult to peel. Like, that's crazy. I don't know why I didn't think about that. And here we just hit an insane crit on that Mercury. Shout out to Nuwa crit build. And then here, Morgan ults as Mercury and gets an insane ult on our Nuwa and just one-shots her. It's so fucking sad. So we don't end up getting the Phoenix. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Not great. Better for them because they got our mid solo and ADC, and we only got their jungle ADC and support. So it's a little bit better for them. But, you know, we tried to push for Phoenix, so it was an attempt. They don't end, we don't end. It just stalls the game up for a little bit longer. If either me or Mercury died, that's not great. But it's one of those fights that you can actually afford to take, because if you look at the map right now, there's nothing up. Gold Fairy's down, Fire's down, Pyro's down. The only thing up right now is Oracles, and so if we team wipe there, they don't get anything crazy. They don't end either because we still have 3 towers up, meaning even if they push one lane, that Titan is going to be so tanky and they just don't end. They maybe get a tower, maybe get a Phoenix, but I realistically don't think they ever get a Phoenix there. So that was that fight that we had in mid. You take that every day of the week because risk versus reward just is heavily in your favor and it just doesn't matter. All right, so now that fire's coming back up, we need to start warding for it, and I do that right now. I know for a fact. Yep. I to it, and then I got my wards. So I have normal wards, so I'm not going to ward the fire itself. I'm just going to ward above the fire. Like right there, and then to the left of above pyro. Those are the normal entryway points for fire giant, so that way I just know if the enemies are going in or not. All right, and I believe right now I'm just trying to follow that Mercury. He just, if he gets to that Merlin, he kills him immediately. So that Ganesh needs to be sitting with the Merlin a lot more, and he's just not. You can see that poke. Right now, I'm not really doing anything. Like this part of the game right now, I'm just trying to, we're just trying to see what's up. We do end up calling a call for a damage check here. I tell my team, okay, let's not do fire. Let's just see how much damage we can do to it. And if they come in, just immediately drop it. Like, don't commit to it at all. I think that's happens right after this fight. Maybe a little bit later. But it's important to do stuff like that just to see how quickly you could burn it. And what we discovered was we burn it insanely quickly. Because our Danzabura was going aspect. And he had like 1 million clones. So Uller he finally got that T2 and left, but Merc back. So now this is when we do the DPS check. We're not looking to actually do this fire. We are straight up just looking to how much damage can we do. Actually, no. We back here. I get Cersei's and then we do the DPS check. My bad. My bad. This is a much better play because having Cersei's is a huge upgrade.
Get ready to be dazzled.
I don't know if that stutter was actually in the video or if that was my like recording software right now. We'll find out later. Yeah, so now we're gonna go. I think we do another Gold Fury. I would like to see us do another Gold Fury. I don't remember if we did or didn't, but I would like to see us do another Gold Fury and then go do that DPS check on fire. But I know that DPS check on fire happens because I remember that vividly. Okay, no, we don't do Gold Fury. We get more wards on fire, and then we do that.
Your left Phoenix is under attack. Enemy spotted.
Now, I am by myself here, but I have the pig. I have beads. I just don't care. With my 3, I have a huge shield against the Morgan. My 2 is up, so it's doing damage to them. I get movement speed for my 3. I didn't even need to use any of my actives, and I was up there in their jungle all by myself. It's one of those things where that's a really risky play unless you really know the character you're playing. And here, I knew the character I was playing, so I was fine. Still no Gold Fury, still no DPS check. I'm so sorry, guys. I called that out way too early. I know it happens. I just don't. I thought it was then. Oh, I hit a huge mez there in that Mercury. That was so funny. Caught his dash out. All right, now I believe this is when we do the DPS check after this little tiny fight in mid. We try to force out whatever we can, and then we just see what we can do in the fire. I pig again. Did not hit the pig, but that's okay. I canceled it, and then I was just able to nuke that Merlin. Shout out to Mercury for doing 1 billion damage. Nice bomb play from our teammates to get the Phoenix. I had to be as the fucking Morgan stun so she doesn't one-shot any of us. And then we just left. It was really funny. Our Rhonda Aegis, that Rhonda being the soul again, but Rhonda Aegis, that new ult, no way was gonna kill him, but I was like, honestly, I don't blame you for Aegising because that was gonna hurt. Still no DPS check on the fire, but we're getting pyro at least, so that's nice. Man, I was way off about when we did that fucking damage check on the fire. Goddamn, I'm so sorry. Please tell me we do it soon. Okay, Dan's back. I think when he shows up, that's when we do it, or do we wait again? All right. Yeah, still no gold fairy. Absolutely troll. Please, in your games, do objectives. Objectives when you're the game. We've only done 1 gold fairy in 30 minutes. Okay, this is the damage check, finally. So watch, we get this thing down to like 8k immediately. And then they show up and we just, the call was if they show up, we immediately leave, and they showed up. So we immediately backed off, and you can see it's already at 8k. We could have tried to commit for it, but remember last time they ended up stealing it. So now we wait until we get a pick or two and then we go for it. But now we at least know how fast we can burn it. And then we end up killing the merc, and now we go back on fire because, hey, that's what the whole point of the DPS check is for. Be like, okay, how quickly can we burn this? Now, because the guy who stole it last time is dead, we can afford to go on again. And now I'm just trying to poke out this Morgan as much as possible. I hit the pig to knock her up so she can't TP immediately. We finally get fire. I pick up the dagger because I'm the only tank on the team. Everyone else is going full damage. I'm a little damage oriented, but I also have a lot of defense, so. And now we just go right lane. Now, our Nuwa and Merc are chasing that Morgan like crazy, which is so troll because they never kill her. She just TPs away. They should have just immediately went with us and we would have won the game. We do end up winning the game, but we win the game like a minute faster if they come with us. But there's also a chance that they kill us here, so them chasing that kill and then it was just super troll. Now this end fight here, all I'm trying to do is just as much damage as possible. I spam my 2, I spam my 3, I spam all my stuff just to poke. My goal right now is poke. And then I tank the fire, I have the dagger, I have shell, so I can tank this infinitely, but we end up winning the game. Now, I feel like this is a really good game to showcase what an enchanter support could do. I'm gonna wait until the end game stats because I want to show you how much like damage and stuff we all did as a team. But hopefully you guys saw some good takeaways here. I ended up doing a lot of damage. I think it's like 20 plus K. Yeah, 25K for me. That's really nice. And then our Merc did 41K, mid did 12, solo did 18, and then mid ADC did 30. But yeah, so the big takeaway here is just do your objectives, shot call. This like normally I'm really good about that, but it's also important to know like I completely missed the ball here. So